Welcome to Intoxicated Talks. I'm your host, Socher, and joining me is my pops. Hey, let's have a good show, a good time, and fucking just rock on, dude.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, guys. I hope you guys had a good week. I hope you watched the last episode. We've talked about a lot of stuff like Dave Grohl and stuff. Anyways, this episode, I actually want to talk about a little bit more about us and be a little bit more personal, kind of so you guys can get to know us. And he's kind of doesn't know what's going on, you know.
He's
But-
kept me in the dark today.
But what I want to talk about is the history of me growing up with him playing music. And the first thing the first band I remember is Bad Influence. And, you know, I have a memory of it, but I don't have, like, the intel of what, you know, how it went and stuff like that. So if you could give me a little insight of what Bad Influence was all about.
Well, we started off with 5 guitar players and nothing else. So we didn't have anybody designated as a singer, didn't have anything. And eventually, you know, we started putting pieces together. And at first I played guitar in that band. And it was fun, you know. We found a drummer, and we found somebody to play bass, and there's a guy, Joey Best. He played guitar and sang, and we had lots of fun, and we played a long time together, and that's how it all started.
Yeah, you had a keyboard player named Keith, right? If I remember right. His name was
We
Keith.
had a keyboard player for a little short.
Was he?
period.
Was he? No, or was he a guitar player? Keith.
Keith was a drummer.
Keith
Yeah.
was a drummer.
And I'm so terrible with names, but we did have a keyboard player for a while.
Okay.
And
Well, I just remember Keith because I don't know what it was when I was a kid, man. I loved that dude for some reason. I
Yeah.
remember he gave me a harmonica, and I used to fucking try to tear up on that thing. I didn't know how to play it, but I sure enough annoyed the shit out of people with it.
yeah. Well, you also tried to play other instruments that didn't work out so good for you neither.
That's been my whole life, but Jesus. And then so Bad Fluence ended, and then I remember coming into the ASRock era.
Yeah, ASRock was a very cool band. We put out an album, had some radio play, had a singer, Sammy Knoll.
Yeah,
Guitar player was Kenny Wilkinson, Mark Barnado on drums. That was a very cool band. What broke that band up was we probably would have done something, but the singer, we wasn't making no money because that's the life of an original band. I mean, original bands ain't gonna make a lot of money. So he was such a good singer that a band from Texas hired him to be in a Led Zeppelin cover band.
Really?
Yeah, and
I
so-
never knew that. That's
and-
fucking interesting.
And to replace a singer that was of that caliber was just virtually impossible.
Mhm.
You know, so eventually the band just broke up. We went, you know, because I wanted to play, and
Yeah.
you know, we went
Did-
separate ways.
Didn't
know.
you? I mean, I think this is before I was born or something. I don't know when it was. Didn't you have a run-in with like the original Creed?
No, that was while you was born. You know, Creed. You know, I met the guys and got a chance to try out for their band, and you know, it didn't work out.
You hear that? This man tried out for Creed.
It didn't work out, and we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't want to know more about it. I just know it's kind of cool. He tried out
Yeah.
for a band that got really out there, but I don't know how many people feel about him now. But
Yeah.
anyways, so after Azrock, it went back, I think, to Dead Ducks.
Yeah, Dead Ducks, which was still the Mark Barnardo was the drummer, and then went back to Joey Best, you know, who was in the Bad Influence, and man, we had a good run. I mean, Mark was such a good drummer, Joey was a great entertainer, and we had a good run, and it was fun.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, yeah, that's for the most part. That's all I remember as like a young kid. After that we moved away from that, all that, and I know there was a big gap in your music career.
Yeah, there was a time where when my children, him being one of them, it's my baby, by the way, they started playing sports, and I kind of got out of music for a little while. We made a big move to Arizona, and I didn't play music too much out there. I played with a few people, and just
nothing
you know,
big though.
It was just raising kids time. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, they were playing sports. I wanted to be there, and
Yeah, so how was it? I mean, like, even before that, during Bad Influences, how was it raising kids? 3 boys at that.
it's fun.
Fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think I did a good job. I mean, none of my kids have been in serious trouble. They're all supporting themselves. They're, they one of them actually helps take care of their pops once in a while. I mean, we ain't gonna name no names.
Yeah, we ain't gonna name no names, but I'm just saying this guy right here, me, is pretty cool. But yeah. So I mean, I do remember growing up in like Florida. During that time, I played pee wee football. Brett played pee wee football, and you know, Brian was always doing Brian stuff, but. But anywho's so going on to like, and then I know we moved back to Georgia. You didn't have anything going on in the beginning, really.
No. I mean, even as a kid, I moved around a lot, so and I didn't try to move you around a lot, but we wound up moving. Left the area of Florida one time and went to Arizona. You took a while, but you settled in. But then after you graduated high school, we moved here to Georgia.
Yeah.
We live in the southwest region of Georgia now. But
you've lived here for like 12 years now.
Yeah.
So.
But took me a little while. I hooked up with a couple people. And it just took me a while to get my feet back in music. When I came back to Georgia, he was out of high school, and my freedom just came back.
Yeah.
I was like a teenager again. I don't have to worry about kids no more. I don't have to worry
that's
about
a great
nothing.
feeling. Great feeling, huh?
Yeah, and so I just started back in music again.
Yeah.
And,
so you've had a lot of bands. Actually, since we've been back here.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, and I can't say any of them was seriously successful, but, we every band I've been in seems like they were, they played a lot and people loved it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. As one of them up there is on the symbol Barbed Wire. You got Side Project, Intoxicated Logic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. Now, Karma's Child, you got 95. I mean,
yeah.
And I'm probably missing some. in
Oh
between
yeah,
there.
there was a couple other bands.
You know,
Um, but yeah, I mean, I played with Riley Anderson, Thomas Barrett, Carter Cross.
yeah.
Um,
Riley seems
couple of them with short runs.
yeah.
But
Riley seems like a big person out here.
we ain't gonna talk about how big Riley is. If you watch this, he said you were big, not me.
I hear that name everywhere I go. Everyone knows who you are. So
Oh, he's good. He's good. He is really
Yeah.
good. So, and he's a great guy, by the way.
yeah.
So, anyway,
I mean, that's going through basically my life. I mean, I went away during most of the Georgia bands. I was actually in the service, so I didn't get to see a lot of them. But as you see, we're playing Intoxicated Logic music now, and I freaking love the music. So hopefully soon we will have the guys all on the podcast so you guys can meet them.
we will have
So
the main players. Bill Goodwin, Michael Burrows. There's a couple guys, other guys that were in the band, and we have to make sure we give them credit on music.
yeah, definitely.
So anyway, switching gears, you got you a speeding ticket the other day.
Yeah, I did get me a speeding ticket the other day. I left work and was headed up to Savannah to go hang out with some friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And on my way there, I decided to take a different route that I'd never drove before, didn't know. And I came around a corner and I look at my speed. It seemed like I wasn't speeding, but apparently there was a 45 mile an hour speed sign. And then the funny thing is, the shirt I'm wearing now is what I was asking you guys on the phone at the time to find.
Oh,
Because I was going up to Savannah, right? And going to the car show, hang out with my buddies, and then headed to Macon.
That's right.
So
Weekend we seen Bert.
yeah, that was the weekend we went to see Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
Yep, freaking good time. But yeah, and then the cop. So anyways, the cop literally comes up and tells me, oh, you weren't even the fastest one driving through here. Most people drive through here like it's a racetrack. It's like, what? Yeah, he said most people drive through that 45 mile an hour speed area at like 80 miles an hour
Wow.
on the average.
So he just got a little speed trap sitting there.
Yeah, literally, you come right, it's like a downhill bend, and then he's at the bottom of it, and just sitting next to like a advertisement sign.
Yeah. So
That's up in Abbeville if you ever go through there.
and it's not like they have anything better to do. They sit around.
Oh no, that cop
and
definitely
just-
has nothing better.
I mean-
That town's so quiet.
I mean, so it's a little town, and your first time going through it, seems like that would be, cut you some kind of break,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right. I mean, I clearly have never drove there because all my responses to, oh, there's a town right there. I didn't even know that. Like the way I was, but yeah, he didn't want to cut no slack. He just plain Jane, here's your ticket, bye.
Yeah. I mean, I
It-
don't understand it. I know they're trying to do their job, but
Yeah.
to-
So that's actually something. So with all the craziness going on in this world, all right, a traffic police to me are a waste of time. To me, they're a waste of time because those people could be out there actually serving people, making sure, there's no domestic violences. There's, all the kids are, good at school and stuff like that. Like, actual things that really do matter with our society. Not oh, this guy's speeding a little bit. Let me go ahead and make him pay our city some money.
I mean, I understand that that they got to control traffic,
Yeah.
but don't I really believe that they could come up with some other way rather than giving everybody $500 tickets the first time they
Yeah.
offend.
So,
they
oh yeah.
break the law.
So that ticket
You know?
cost me. It was so that ticket was $340 I paid for speeding a little bit, and then because it's so far away, it's 2 hours away from us. I don't want to drive all the way there to,
To
pay
fight.
it
Yeah.
or fight it,
Yeah.
because I just spent, especially right now, I just spent $30-$40 in gas.
And that's what those little
So-
speed traps are all about.
So then
They're
you
just-
don't drive there, and you just say, oh, I'm just gonna pay it, at home. So they have a service fee that you have to pay. Well, that service fee is another $20.
Yeah.
Just it's and they know they can get away with it just because they know people travel through there and they're not coming all the way back. So, it to me, it's a little highway robbery,
Pun intended, huh?
right? um,
So, yeah, I really just believe that they could come up with some other way rather than first off giving it a ticket. But, hey, warnings or whatever they want to do. So, I think there's a, see, now, we were talking about memory loss. And you keep making fun of me about memory loss, but I got so much stuff on my mind, and you call it memory loss, but I just call it,
being forgetful.
forgetting about it.
Okay, so
Is that the same thing?
So
or
for the
what
last week, I've asked him to hey, let's figure out how to get a burn permit. Let's figure out how to get a burn permit, because he said he would do it.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
So, so he finally gets on my butt about doing it. So you know what I do? I do something that a millennial like him would normally do. Just Google it, Of course, I could have asked my friend, several times.
Hold on. But yet, this is when he said he would do it. So I felt I would just give him the responsibility of doing it because he said he'll do it. I don't want to jump over him and just do it. I mean, do I got to do everything?
Well, after
Come
the
on.
second or third time asking me to do it, come on. I forgot.
3 or
several
4
times.
times. Hence, memory loss.
Well, we figured it out, but I shouldn't have to be the one. Hold on. Is that why I'm the dad? Yeah, I
Jeez.
lost my drumstick.
Lost the drumstick. Guy, it's good. Just grab your stick.
Hold on. Drumstick.
Oh Lord.
I figured out Google. That's why I'm the dad.
And that's why he's the dad. But yeah. So back into this memory loss. It's not only you though. It's someone else we know very close to us too.
Yeah,
You could tell that
I
person-
really believe my wife does have a problem.
I think
mean,
so too.
We can ask her, tell her, or not. I don't tell my wife anything. I mention to her. Yeah, you can't tell anybody, especially her. You can't tell her nothing. But
I love the
you mention it to her. You let her know I have a show coming up this weekend.
oh my
Monday,
Lord.
Tuesday coming. I have a show coming up this weekend. Wednesday, I have a show coming up this weekend. Thursday, she says, "Do you have a show this weekend?"
yes.
Yes, I have a show this weekend. That's Thursday. Come Friday, what are we doing this weekend? Okay. So, I could just probably get away with not saying anything all week and wait until a couple hours before the show.
But then you go, hey, are you going?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
2 hours later. No, I'm not going. 30 minutes before leaving. Hey, I'm going.
Yeah. Well, I believe that's a regular woman thing.
Hey, if it's a regular woman thing, comment. I want to see him.
Yeah, oh, are we offending the women out there?
I apologize.
No, we're trying not to. This is a wife thing, a husband and wife thing. Oh, sorry, husbands and wives. So this show is not here to offend anybody. It's just our personal life experience, which is pretty dysfunctional.
Dysfunctional as hell, but it's fun. It's definitely fun.
Yeah. Of course, Ben was just telling me how bored he was today. But all he got to do is get out and cut my grass, Good God. I got plenty of grass to cut. He can cut it.
That's your land. My land is over there with a bunch of trees on it, so I ain't getting no grass to cut.
Well,
But I've been out there on the tractor trying to get shit taken down.
yeah, we have a small little area of land here. It's not much, but got trees and woods and lots of grass.
For you to cut.
Yeah. So when we lived out west, though, I used to love our yard out west. There's nothing but rocks and cactuses.
Rocks and cactus and tumbleweeds going across the street.
Yeah, maybe a tumbleweed once in a while. It was
Dust
great.
devils blowing through your
It was
car.
great. And the whole time I lived out there, and Gina was always like, I miss all the greenery. And
Oh yeah.
So we moved to South Georgia, and there's plenty of greenery.
And
but
now,
guess what? Gotta cut the grass.
And how is she doing with it? I want to go back out west.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. You know what I hate? I hate somebody that mentions, I love cutting grass. I just love it. And I'm like, well, come to my house and cut the grass. And they never do.
Yeah, we'll even give them a lawnmower to cut it with.
I got real nice lawnmower to cut grass with.
Oh, Lord. Anywho's, so the song that played at the beginning was Together by Intoxicated Logic. I'm going to put it in at the very end, so if you want to listen to the full song.
Together.
Okay.
That's a kick-ass song, by the way.
Yeah.
It really is. So, that comes out. That came out on this CD right here, Intoxicated Logic. It had not only Michael Burrows and Bill Goodwin and myself. Also has KT McCain on it. Has Will Clark on it, lead guitar. And a special shout out to Chris Lodge, who did some lead tracks on it, which is really cool. So, and I'm not sure, if there's anything on that particular song, but, you have to get the CD to find out.
You gotta get the CD to find out. It's on Spotify, so
Yeah.
you can go to Spotify and listen to the whole album if you want.
Yeah.
But what do these people need to do?
Go to Spotify. I mean, they could also go to intoxicatedlogic.com, which is the official band's website. And you can get CDs there, or shirts or whatever you want. And they had some pretty cool shirts. The band's not really together anymore, but they still got all the stuff.
Still got the stuff. Well, I appreciate you guys watching this episode.
Hey, if you like it, hit that subscribe button right at the bottom down there. We thank y'all for putting up with our arguing and whatever we've done. You know, if we offended you, we're sorry, but life goes on, and we want to hear from you. Tell us how we offended you.
That
We'll
should
try
make
not
it
to do it
interesting.
anymore.
That will make it very interesting.
Yeah.
Try not to do it anymore. I don't care.
And by the way, does Ben need to shave or not?
No. My goal is to look like a fucking bum, all right?
Yeah, well, you're getting there.
All right. Peace out, guys.